everyone, my name's Andy. My pronouns are they, them, and I go by Crow Stitcher here on YouTube and over on Instagram. Welcome to my channel. This is a channel all about cross stitch. I have a lot of whips. That's my dog Xena. She's chewing her. Okay. Can we continue, please? All right. What was I saying? Oh, this is all about cross stitch. So if that's not your jam, then you probably won't want to stay for this. But welcome to any of my new subscribers. I know I've gotten a bunch lately, and welcome to all of my returning subscribers. I love you all. So today is a regular Flosstube update. Last week I did my mid-year whip parade. It was 2 parts. So this is just a regular update, everything I worked on this past week. Today is Monday, June 10th. So we're already it's basically 2025. We might as well just admit that. So I do have some things I want to talk about first before I get into showing you all my goodies and my whips. Actually, I don't have any treasures. I do, but I didn't bring them over here, so we won't do treasures today. Anyway, so I want to shout out a couple of people I've been watching this past week. There's been a lot, and actually it's been 2 weeks because last week I didn't do any shout outs because it was my whip parade. So I'm not going to be able to mention everyone, but these are just a few people I've been watching. SoFly's Unique Boutique, they've got a lot of dark whips, a lot of geometric animals, which I didn't think I would like, but I really do. And there's a raven, which I'm very excited about. They have a death moth, which they may have stitched influenced me. I do have it now in my wish list. So if you like my style, you probably will like her style. So go check out SoFly's Unique Boutique. And like always, I'll tag everyone below in the description. Maria, the Green Stitcher. She did some Mania starts. She lives in the UK. She's originally from Belarus, I believe. Did a new owl forest. It's the one with the koi, the 2 koi. A few people have been stitching it, so you might have seen it around. And started Leshy from the Witchy Stitcher, which I love. I don't have it, and I haven't stitched it. I don't have it, but it's on my wish list. And the fabric she chose for it is just gorgeous. So go check out Maria. Stacy at the 911 Stitcher, a different style from me, like things that I would stitch. I wouldn't really stitch things that she stitches, but she has such gorgeous whips, and I love watching her. Sorry, I got something in my eye. And Sarah from Handmade by Sarah W. Excuse me. Again, not really my style, but beautiful whips. She's so joyful and just so lovely to watch, and I love her. So go check those people out. People who shouted me out over the past 2 weeks that I want to mention and thank. Again, there's a bunch, so I'm just going to list them all, go through them pretty quickly, and then I'll tag everyone below. Apple Harvest Stitching by the Shore, SoFly's Unique Boutique, who I already mentioned, Jen's Fiber Web, the Shenandoah Valley Stitcher, the Salty Stitcher, Nutty Nerdy Needle, Jay-Z Sketch. And Jay-Z Sketch I want to pause to talk a little bit about. He is my friend in real life, and is from the UK, and just posted his first Flosstube. I say just, but it was 2 weeks ago, I think, because it was before I did my wet parade. But anyway, just recently posted his first Flosstube, and it's a mix of of cross stitch and other crafts. He does amazing work in so many other crafts. So he's got some cross stitch projects, he's got some black work, he's got crochet, he's got knitting. I don't know if he showed any knitting, I don't remember, but he does knit. And he also he showed some sewing and quilting. So if he's just an amazing multi-crafter. So please go check out Sketch and give him some love. Uh, Back to the regularly scheduled programming. Nerdy Stitchy Witchy, excuse me. 310 Stitcher, Wicked Cat Stitch, and Second Wind Stitcher. So again, I will tag all of those people below, and thank you to all of them for mentioning me, shouting me out. I've gotten a lot of new subscribers probably from that, so I really appreciate all of you, and I do watch all of them, so make sure you go check them out if you haven't. The next thing I want to talk about is the June Dog SAL. So for anyone who might not be aware, who might be new to my channel, I host a SAL every year in June called the June Dog. And so this is my third year running it. And because of Flosstube, it has gotten a lot of momentum this year, which is great, and a lot of new people joining, which I'm so thankful for. I love it. But the hashtag for it, and which is the hashtag I've used since the beginning, is hashtag JuneDog. However, I have noticed, and Brum the Stitcher pointed out to me as well, which I really appreciate that, that because Instagram screwed with the hashtags and you can no longer sort by like most recent or anything like that, our June Dog is getting buried beneath dog pictures. So I would like to, because we've all been using hashtag June Dog, and it's been the hashtag I've used, again, like I said, since the beginning. Excuse me. I keep June Dog, hashtag June Dog, but I'm also going to add hashtag June Dog SAL, S-A-L, and I'll put that in the description box below. So that way you can use both, you can use one, you can use either, but that way we'll still use the June Dog because that's, like I said, that's what I've been using since the beginning, but we'll add on the June Dog, hashtag June Dog SAL, so that hopefully we don't get buried beneath dog pictures. Not that dog pictures and posts aren't great, but I want to see your stitching. I want to see your June Dog stitching. And so we're, what did I say, the 10th into June, so we still got some time. If you want to join in with a June Dog, you just have to stitch any long dog sampler in the month of June. You can make your own goals, you can make your own, if it's a new start or whips, or you want to work on multiples, whatever you want, any long dog sampler during the month of June. So I'll put all that information below. Okay, so we are now on to my whips. Now, the first one I'm going to show you I'm more than 0.4% on this. Surely. I'm 1% in this, 1.01. And this is a new start that I started a couple days ago. This is Heart of Black and White. The artist is by Serkai A. Quill and Ink, and it is charted by Stitches So Beautiful. And this is what it'll look like. So it is another full coverage. And I bought this as soon as it came out. Like, I had to. I think you can get this in multiple sizes. This is just the regular size. And I love him. So, yeah, I'm 1.01%. And this is just having some issues. Oh, there it updated. Okay. Any of you who might have been following me or know me personally, through my stitching journey, you will be shocked by this. Because I'm parking. I've tried parking before, didn't like it, absolutely hated it. And then I was watching Jen the Craftinated Crafter, and let me mark that down because I mentioned her so I can tag her below. I was watching her, and she's starting to do uh, like how to, like her own, how she does certain things to share with people, right? And there was one she had talked about that she had posted a couple years ago about parking. And so I went and I watched that video, and something, she explained it so well and demonstrated it so well, and something just clicked in my brain and a light bulb went on, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to try it. But I didn't want to try it because it was my first time doing it. I wanted to do it with something new. I didn't want to try to convert, to start off with, convert something I already had on the go. So I started this. And I'm loving it. I find that for me personally, when I stitch full coverages, one of the things that I want to say slows me down or holds me back is like decision fatigue, right? So I usually cross country, and I'll get to areas where, oh, there's a lot of stitches in a bunch of colors, and I don't know which way to go. I don't know which color to do, um, which area to go to, where to go when I choose my color, how to path that color, or where to go when I stitch it. And so a lot of that for me is just I get overwhelmed and then I put it away and get something else out. Uh, and obviously, well, maybe not obviously, but with this, I don't have that because I'm stitching, and the way she described it is you can do different, like 10 by 10, 20 by 20, or whatever small group that you want to do. So I'm doing a 10 by 10 to start off with to see how I like it. So I'm doing little 10 by 10 squares. And so I have really enjoyed that because it cuts that away, right? It cuts that decision fatigue and just eliminates it because I only work in that one square, and then I park wherever, either over here or down here, depending on where it is, or I end the thread if there are no more, right? Or no more close. And so I just keep going, and it eliminates that. I don't have to worry about pathing. I don't have to worry about what color to stitch or where to take that color or where to go. It's so much more relaxing for me, I've noticed, because it takes that stress out of it. I've also noticed that I just want to keep going. I don't want to put it down. I don't want to put it away. When I stitch my other full coverage pieces full cross country, like I said, because I have so much stress of what to stitch, where to go, blah, 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 that I get tired of stitching on a piece really quickly. So far, I have not gotten to, now I don't know if that's just because it's a new shiny exciting thing, or if it actually is because it is actually because it takes the stress away and makes it enjoyable, so I don't want to put it down. Maybe a bit of both. I don't know. But so far, I started this. When did I start this? Let me get my Notion app up. I started this on Saturday. And that's pretty much all I've stitched since I started it, which is very unusual for me. So I've stitched on this now 2 solid days and haven't put it down. I can't tell you the last time I've done something like that. So, and look at the flame. Love it. Love it, and love Stitch is So Beautiful. If you like full coverages and you haven't checked out their shop on Etsy, please do so, because they're amazing. Okay. This one is my Free Palestine. This is a free chart from Modern Folk Embroidery, and I am 52.37%. So I got it out, and I did pass the 50% mark. And here's where I am. So I finished off the knot, did their brought, which is brothers, and then worked down here and over down here. So I'm kind of just starting to work down. And I'm stitching this 2/1 on 18 count rustic Aida, and I'm using DMC. I changed the colors. There's no green in the actual chart, so I added the green, which is a Belle Soie pickle relish that I had in my stash. So it is a silk. And then I'm using DMC 666 and 310, and my lovely friend Beck from Beck's Bin, let me write that down because I mentioned her, sent me some beads that she had that extra. So because I want to add some beads in the center of these motifs, and wherever else I can fit some beads that'll look nice. So once I'm done with it, I will do the beading probably in hand. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. But anyway, that's where I am. And like I said, it is a free pattern on the Modern Folk Embroidery website. So if you're interested in it and you like it and you want to give it a go, I've seen people stitch it and leave the side border off, so you can absolutely change it to fit your taste or your needs. Okay. The next is Unseelie Forest Witch. Which is another full coverage. This is artwork by Chrisabug. It's charted by Thread Geeks. And let me get the mock-up for you. This is what she'll look like. If it decides to focus. Come on. You can do it. There we go. I absolutely love this, and one of the things that drew me into this is that she is not a stick. She's not super skinny. She's more of an all-inclusive, not quite plus size, but larger woman. And I like seeing that. So I worked on this, and I'm stitching this 1/1 on 25 count even weave, and I did a top center start, so I don't know if I'll be able to convert this to parking. This is where I am. These are all waist threads, and that's the wrong chart. I got to 2.22%. So this is still just the frame and the top center. So I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I will try to convert that. Okay, the next I did for a couple prompts for Fandom Stitching Central. This is Aurora Wolf. Artwork is by Katie Lipscomb and it's charted by Pain Free Crafts. This is what it will look like. And I'm stitching this for Dar. And I got to 26.2%. This would probably be a good one to try to convert to parking, quite frankly. Especially for the wolf because of the just obnoxious amount of confetti. So this is where I am. It is full coverage. All of the white I am stitching. So all of that is stitched. And so this is sort of what he looks like right now. This is Thraklaus. And I worked, where did I work? I worked over here. Let me move the board this way, I think. I worked over here and just started kind of coming in. I did this over here and then started filling in confetti down and through here. Got some of this confetti in. So it's all confetti. It's not really a big obvious where I worked. It was just, like I said, filling in. And I think he's gonna look gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay. But I stitched on him for 2 of the Fandom Stitching Central props with the Disney Plus BAP option. I love that option. All right, the next one is Variant of Interest. This is a Long Dog sampler, so I stitched this for June Dog. This is what, oops, let me try to get the mock-up here for you. This is what it will look like. It is kind of more of a banner look. It is long and narrow. There we go. So I got to 3.88%. And I'm stitching this 2/1 on 16 count black Aida. And I'm using DMC 327 for the animals. And what is this? Gentle Art Hyacinth for everything else. And this is what it looks like. So I worked and got basically all of this. And I worked a little bit more up here, filling in some of the border above the rabbit. And did this center bit and most of this over here. And these are the colors more true to color from back here. But I love this so much. So that's my variant of interest. I want to try to get it to 6%. We'll see if I can do that in June Dog. I don't know. The next one is Templar Prophecy by June Dog. By June Dog. By Long Dog Samplers. And I did stitch this for June Dog. Where are you? I got to 1.02%. This is what it'll look like. And this was a restart for the third time. And I will tell you that the third time is the charm. Because I love this. This is what it will be. This is it. Okay. So, long story short, the first time I couldn't see it on the fabric. It was a dark linen, and no matter how many things I tried to be able to see it, I still struggled to see the holes, and I wasn't enjoying it. So I restarted it on an opalescent 18 count Aida, and I don't know, I wasn't digging it. So I didn't stitch on it. I kind of put it away. I did show it in my wet parade, so if you want to see what it looked like before I restarted this time, you can watch. I think it was in the first one, the first part. And then I got this project bag from the Crow River Stitcher. She is just so sassy on Etsy. Let me mark that down. Crow River. I love her channel, by the way. But she makes amazing project bags. And so I purchased this like a couple weeks ago, and it came in, I don't know, maybe not a couple weeks ago. I don't know. It came in during this past week. And what drew me to this was the colors. Specifically, the purple. That is not purple. The pink and the orange. Okay? And the background, I know it's hard to see, but the background is like a cream beigey color. So then I thought, wait, if I love those colors so much, why don't I do that for Templar Prophecy? So I did. This was gifted to me by Wicked Cat Stitch. Thank you, Cat. My sugar skull has found a home. So what I did was I went through my stash. I obviously have 310. Then I had, this is a Sullivan's a Sullivan's 45359, which is a DMC 3705 equivalent. This is DMC 946. And this is a variegated, just cheap knockoff brand that I had in my stash that matched perfectly. So that's what I'm using. This is where I got. I am doing the back stitching as I go along because I use markup, and it does show you the back stitching in the chart. And I'm doing 1/1 on 18 count, like a beige Aida. So because I'm doing 1/1, I can just do the back stitch as I go. And I love this so much. I am so glad that I restarted it again. This is the charm. Third time's the charm. Love this combination. I can't wait to get some of the variegated floss in there to see, you know, what it looks like with all 4 colors on the chart, or in the pattern. So that was another June Dog. Whip. Okay. Next up is Protector of Magic. Artworkers by Lisa Parker. It's charted by Hade. I got to 2.86%, and this is what it will look like. You are going to see this every damn month for the next 81 months. Because this is my anniversary piece that I'm stitching for me and Dar, and I want to have it done by our 25th anniversary. So I did a top left start. I'm doing 1/1 on 28 count, even weave, full cross. Again, everything, all my full coverages are full cross. And I have it worked out of how much I need to stitch per month. It is 3,700 stitches in order to get it finished, and that's a little high, so I rounded up. So I would, hopefully finish a little bit earlier. And so this is done for the month now. So I filled in more of the sky, and I just kept coming down. I filled in more of this dragon and the wing a bit in here, and then I just kept going over and filling in down in the sky. And I love this. Again, this is more true to color. I don't do well with these sorts of goals, so I'm really trying to get it done as quickly as I can at the beginning of the month, so then I have space and time before I need to get it out again. So I'm not just constantly working on it all the time. Because I'm still in the sky, I am finding it a bit tedious. It is all just checkerboard confetti. And while it's easy stitching, I am finding it a bit tedious. I'm sort of like, okay, let's get on to something else now. Which is why I kind of went over and did the dragon, started in on the dragon. The main dragon starts to come in like right here, which obviously doesn't look that far away, but on 28 count, it's cross stitch. It's gonna be a while till I actually get there. So I don't know. We'll see where I go next time. I don't know if I'm gonna convert this to parking or not, because this part I'm in is, like I said, just checkerboard confetti. So I don't know if that would be worth parking or not. We'll see. But I don't have to worry about it until July, because that is done for the month. Woo! The next one I got out for a fandom prompt. It was to stitch on something with a cat. And I'm sitting here thinking, I don't have anything with a cat. Completely forgetting that the title of this piece is Black Cat. So lo and behold, I do have a pattern with a black cat, with a cat. It is Black Cat by Designworks. It is a kit. I'm stitching with everything that came with it. I think it's 14 count Ada, black Ada. And so I worked more in the pumpkin in here, filling in the jack-o'-lantern, and then worked up more and did all of this purple for the cat. So the cat is, this is not a full coverage piece. So all the purple is stitched on the cat, but the black is just the fabric. So this is the bottom of his chin, and so he's starting to come in. And I love how the colors pop on this fabric, on the black. I love it. Oh, look at that from back here. Oh, yes. So this is his chin. This is a little bit on his chest, and then this is sort of further down on his chest. So I got some decent, I think I had to do 300 stitches for the prompt, so I got some nice progress on that. Again, that's one thing I love about the prompts is it kind of gets you, it gets me to bring out patterns and projects that don't get a lot of stitchy time. The next one I worked on was Samhain by Carolyn Manning. This is what it looks like. And I restarted this as well. This was a new start for May. I think I did it for one of the May new start prompts. And I restarted it. I wasn't that far in, and I restarted it on 22 count Hardanger that I coffee dyed myself. It wasn't that I didn't like the fabric itself that I was stitching on. It was like an Ada, but it was too soft, and I just didn't like it. So I wasn't that far in, and I thought, you know what, let's just restart it now. So I did a top right start, and this is the entire width of the piece, and I'm liking this much better. So that's what I got to on that. And the last one I got out for Pride Month. This is the LGBT Quaker Pride flag from Vivian Powers. And I'm stitching this 2/1 on 16 count Fairy Mist Ada by Fabric Flair. And this is where I got, oh, let me tell you, I can tell you a percentage on this one. Hold on. I got to 5.75%. And this is where I am. So I did this motif up here, and then started down on this motif, I believe, and this over here. So I'm going to pull this back out. There is a pop-up for Phantom Stitching Central for this month, which is essentially to stitch on all the Pride inclusive colors. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, black, white, brown, light pink, and light blue. I think if my brain worked, I think that's all of them. And then essentially you have to stitch each color, and you can do 100, 200, or 300 stitches. And then, but because it is inclusive, you only get points if you stitch the same number. So like if I chose the 200 stitches, I would have to stitch 200 on each of the colors. And if I did 300 stitches on one, it would still only count for the 200, if that makes sense. So I'm going to use this. I'm not going to be able to use this for the light blue and light pink because that's way over here. I'm not going to get there. But I can kind of keep going down and get the main colors. So I will stitch on this again. So that's where I got. Those are all my whips, y'all. This is a short one today. It's only 40 minutes. Ooh, I do have one little bit. Actually, I have some treasures I can show you that are right here, and I don't have to get up. So, if you don't want to see any treasures, then that's it. Thank you for coming, and I will be back next Monday. If you do want to see, like, it's literally 3 things that I have right here. I had to get some more Anchor black for the Unseelie, because I'm using Anchor instead of DNC 310. And of course, you can't just get floss, you know. So this was in my wish list, and I got Fireburn and Cauldron Bubble by Ink Circles. This is a series. There's, they don't give the names. There's four of them total. There's like a ghost one. I don't remember what the other ones are, but I want to try to get and stitch all four of them. So I got that. And then I had placed an order with Night Stalkers Calling, and that came in on Saturday. So I got Witching Hour, which looks like this. And I'm in a round robin with Wicked Cat Stitch and Backspin and Nerdy Stitchy Witchy, and you know, just, there's five of us total. I'm forgetting someone. I apologize, but we're doing it a little different. We're doing, each of us has like an animal that we chose from Mama Witch X Stitch. I chose the jackalope. Oh my god. I chose the jackalope. And so essentially we're each stitching our animal or likeness, whatever, on everyone's works, and everyone's choosing their fabric and floss, etc. And so I wanted to make mine into ornaments so that I would have like a little display with everyone's piece. And so I decided that we're going to use the called for mine. I want everyone to use the called for colors, but I'm going to put a bunch of variegated flosses in the pack when I ship it, and there will be more so that the last person who gets it isn't just stuck with whatever's left. They still have a choice, and everyone will choose one variegated floss from the pack that I send and use that in their piece somewhere, wherever they want, and then they can keep that piece of variegated floss. So they get, or that skein of variegated floss when they're done. So they get like a little special goodie. So I think this is going to be one of the flosses that I put in the pack. That was sort of a really long way of explaining that. I got a bunch of Kraken that I want to use, I think, for one of those ink circle pieces I was just telling you about. These are all Night Stalkers Calling. Love it. This is also, I think, going to go in the pack for the round robin. This is Eat Glass. Similar to the Kraken, but slightly different. And then I got a few of these. This is Witch's Brew. I think I'm going to put one of these in the pack and then keep the rest for myself to use for probably one of the ink circle pieces and other things. So that's that. Those are all the other treasures that I have right here to show you. I love Night Stalkers Calling. Their flosses are amazing. The colors, can't recommend them enough. They don't stay in shop very long, because those of us who love Night Stalkers Calling kind of we're creepy on the shop. We creep on the shop, and as soon as things are restocked, we kind of get them. So if there is something that you like from there, just get a skein. Okay, that is everything I have for today. I will be back on the 17th, Monday, June 17th, with my next weekly update. Thank you all for joining and coming in and watching today. I hope you liked what I had to share. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. If you are not subscribing but like what you see, make sure you click that subscribe button. click the bell so you're notified when I post another video. And make sure you like this video if you like what you see. Um, if you're stitching on any of the same things or want to start any of the same things, let me know and we can do a little, little extra stitch along. So, yeah. Thank you all. We'll see you next week and happy stitching.